class. Thank you for joining me today. I am Zira Shaki, and I will be discussing the job of a district nurse manager in the county health department. For my informational interview, I had the pleasure of contacting Sandra Main from the Logan County Health Department in Oklahoma, who is the district nurse manager there. Mrs. Sandra has worked in public health for 21 years and has devoted her career to the preventative services for her community. During my interview with Ms. Sandra Main, I learned several important things about the position of not only a nurse in the health department, but also the position of the district manager. The first token of knowledge I received from Mrs. Sandra was that I could apply to the health department during nursing school for a preceptorship to gain understanding of what the job would be like. This was the highest recommendation she gave me when pursuing this career. Knowing what I'm getting into before I commit to this field will help me to completely be satisfied with my career. Another way Mrs. Sandra recommended I expose myself to this field while also gaining experience would be to volunteer with free clinics and shelters. This is typically the population being targeted by the nurse in the health department, and it helps me to understand the resources I would have available when working with the health department. It also enhances my connection with the people who can help me to get the job that I want. The next piece of information that I found exceptionally helpful was that having a background in pediatrics distinguished Mrs. Sandra from the rest of the applicants. As a nurse in the health department, working with children is one of the core tasks and requires special considerations and knowledge. By having experience with pediatrics, I would greatly enhance my effectiveness in this position. I also learned from this interview that having a creative, outside-the-box thinking is highly rewarded. Oftentimes, these nurses are left short-staffed and with limited supplies, and they have to find ways to adapt and overcome. This is also helpful when trying to reach clients on difficult changes. With creative thinking, I can better help the clients find ways of adopting the change and implementing lifelong healthful choices. While interviewing Mrs. Sandra, I also learned that specifically for the position of district nurse manager, public speaking is an important part of the job. For me, this means that I should take more opportunities to publicly speak so that I can feel more comfortable with this when it's part of the job. I also learned that communication skills and understanding people and motivating and encouraging them are also important for this position. After speaking with Mrs. Sandra Main about being a nurse in the health department, I would definitely like to have this job. When considering my choices as a nurse, I'm not a person who thrives on adrenaline, so emergency departments would be out of the question. I also enjoy working a 9-to-5 job so that I can spend time with my family. So inpatient nursing is also not what I want. When hearing about the health department, I not only enjoyed these aspects of the job, but I also found a passion for preventative health that I want to utilize every day in my job. I am thankful for this opportunity to speak with Mrs. Sandra Main and for her to take the time out of her busy day for me. I found this information incredibly helpful for my future, and I hope that you all found a token to take home as well. Thank you for listening to my summary, and have a wonderful day.